Lovely. Yeah. Sometimes it does not work, it's technology.
Well, it's actually more for the speakers so they can get the benefit.
Most of the time technology works, but sometimes not.
Mr. Satyarthi, welcome. My name is Mateen Syed Ahmed Thai, Silicon Valley. The question is, what the amount of work you do, we talk about reaching the bottom of the pyramid, social entrepreneurship. Is there a way to come out of this terminology and really focus on how we can empower through pure entrepreneurship to really make sure that the bottom of the pyramid reaches the privileges that we think they're entitled to, rather than just focusing on social entrepreneurship? It's become almost like an abuse phrase.
I don't see much difference between the economic entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship, because the businesses are also social change makers in one way or other. The power of business is enormous and it is growing. Now the question is that how the brighter side of the business could be harnessed, channelized and used to solve the darker side, and that is very much possible. And that's why I am using a phrase I call business with compassionate intelligence. All the businesses are done with intelligence, but let us try to include a value of compassion with the business and intelligence so that it can make the world a better place. And that's why the profit, people, planet and peace must go hand in hand, and businesses can play a very important role in it.
Thank you.
Mr. Muppet, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Vidya from India Post newspaper. It's the largest South Asian newspaper based in San Francisco. According to you, what steps can we take to protect the child from rescue and all the other missions?
One question.
Okay. According to you, what steps can be taken to protect children from being exploited? Your take on the situation right now in India.
Well, it's a combination of several factors. We have to do all possible preventive measures. That includes investment on education, good quality and free education for all children. That also include social protection for the parents of these children, so that all the schemes like Manrega, the employment guarantee scheme, could be properly enforced. The midday meal school for children could be enforced. So these things would definitely help as preventive measures. We have to create an environment in the society and then create the whole ecosystem where the children must not be pushed into slavery, child labor, trafficking and prostitution. So the social awareness is also one of the keys. Equally important are good laws in place, and the laws have to be implemented. There should be a sense of accountability in the enforcement agencies. Similarly, the social accountability of the businesses and corporate also matters a lot. They have to make sure that no child labor is involved in their supply chain. And finally, education. Invest on education for all children. All state governments and central government should prioritize investing on protection, education and health for children. We can put an end to child slavery and child labor. That is not something which is unachievable or unaffordable. We can do it, and we will do it in India.
Thank you.
One question.
Hi, I should come
Introduce
down.
yourself. Introduce
It's not
yourself.
good that I'm standing. You are standing and I think you should sit here so that we can become equal.
Thank you.
Good, lovely.
My name is Yash Samlani. I'm 9 years old, a Cub Scout, and co-founder of the nonprofit organization MADE, Make a Difference Entrepreneurs.
Oh, wow. Can I shake hand from you? With you? Oh, yeah.
And I have a question. How do kids get involved with social entrepreneurship?
Very difficult question. Let me try to answer. All kids have bright mind, purity of heart. They can see the problems in much more simpler manner in comparison to the adults. They can speak truth to power frankly and strongly. Some children who are connected with the social media, websites, computers, and so on, they can express their feelings for the betterment of children. Equally important is that as consumers, they should try to find out that if any child labor is involved in making sporting goods like soccer balls or tennis bat or shoes or apparels, they can talk to their friends and families and sensitize them that no child shall be involved in it. They can do it. They can also create some sort of peer relationship with the children who are deprived of their education and childhood in any part of the world. And now the world is in your fingers, on your fingers. You can use the power of social media and the power of your smartphone to connect with the rest of the children in the world. And for the youngsters like you and other young people, I am planning to launch the human history's most ambitious and largest campaign involving young people to become the champions, change makers, entrepreneurs, leaders for those 100 million left out children in the world. So the campaign would be 100 million to 100 million. 100 million children in the world are left out. They are deprived of health, education, freedom to be child. So my idea is that 100 million young people like you, a co-founder of an organization and a bright person with social entrepreneurship skills, can be the leader. You are already leaders. So how your leadership could be harnessed for the betterment of other 100 million children in the world. Would you be willing to join this 100 million campaign?
I would love to.
You would love to. Thank you so much. That is something I was expecting from you. Good. Yeah, that looks good actually.
Also, I would like to give you my card.
I will keep it. And I promise you that I am going to take a photo in front of you now so that I should not lose it. A selfie with you so that I will keep the card and selfie. I'm also a little bit techno savvy. I can use smartphone for. How do I look? Do I look good? Awesome? Good. And you're always awesome.
Thank you.
Let me smile for you a little bit. Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now we've got quite a few people who want to ask you questions.
Oh yeah. Oh. Lovely.
So let me get that from you.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few people ahead of us to ask questions. So why don't I get quickly started on this side? Go ahead.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Maria Snow for the EdCast, and basically the question I have for you is, what is the next big challenge you're working on, and how can Silicon Valley help?
Well, Silicon Valley is a valley of leadership, entrepreneurship, technology, talent, innovation, disruption, whatnot, everything. So if all these factors can join hands to make the world a better place for children, where all children can enjoy freely their childhood, their education, all the opportunities in life, that would be very helpful. So I'm quite hopeful that my visit to Silicon Valley will help changing world for children, because you have all the power, you have all the capacity, you have all the wealth of knowledge and technology, and we are looking for the strong support from the Silicon Valley to end child slavery and child labor in the world.
Thank you.
Thanks. May I please have Amrita come up?
Hello, my name is Amrita with IND-TV USA.
Your name is?
Amrita?
Amrita.
Amrita Singh, yes. You started a movement against child labor. Fast forward to 2016. Can you provide us an update?
I started this movement in 1981 when this was a non-issue in my country, India, as well as globally. So it was very difficult to establish that this is not simply poverty. People usually think that the poor children are working and it's nothing unusual, nothing special. So it was quite tough to fight the mindset which allows children to continue their work if they are poor. Then we have to fight for the laws. We started freeing children from slavery. We engaged the corporate sector in solving the problems. We worked closely with the governments, not only in India, but all across the world. We fought for good laws. Now some good laws are in place in the world. So we have to find new ideas for solutions. So that was also a kind of innovation in my own way.
Right.
And challenging some of the established norms and mindset was also a kind of disruption. So that's brought me here.
That's
so
Tycoon.
something I feel close to Tycoon.
Yeah.
So I immediately accepted the invitation with a lot of excitement because there is some similarity. And I am an engineer also by education, so technology is also one part
All three.
in my life, all three.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we have Dia TV.
Hi.
Hi.
Right. I'm DP with Via TV, and let me ask you just real quick, what are your top 3 challenges at the moment in terms of trying to get the work that you're trying to get done?
So they can hear you.
The biggest challenge is still to prioritize the issues of children in social, political, and religious domain. For any of these powerful sectors, it is not there. Unfortunately, we have to bring it in. The second is investment on education, healthcare, and protection for children. Unfortunately, only 4% of total overseas development aid goes to education of children in the poorer countries. Only 18 billion additional dollars are needed to educate all children annually. That is nothing but 3.5 days of global military expenditure. If the whole world decide just to take a recess, not to spend on defense and military only for 3.5 days, that money can go for the education of children. And let me tell you that education is the most important equalizer, enabling power, the key to social development and gender and social justice and equity. So without education, nothing could be achieved. So invest on education, that is the second bigger challenge. And the third challenge is the accountability, that we have to be morally, legally, socially accountable for our children. It goes to the businesses also. The businesses have to ensure that no child is involved in the supply chain. It goes to the government that laws are properly implemented and enforced. It goes to the civil society, not just to run the programs as usual, but they have to think out of the box, and it is not just business as usual. They have to bring it with a sense of urgency to prioritize the issues of children.
Thank you so much. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. My question is regarding compassion. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and as a mother, I ask you, how do we teach our children compassion? This is for all the mothers around the world. We teach our children to be competitive in schools and to become citizens, but what is the one thing and what is the one gift that we can give so everyone can be compassionate and give to others and not, all to yourself?
Well, compassion is not something which has to be taught. It is the wealth that exist inside each one of us. We have to identify it, we have to harness it for the betterment of society. But one practical thing I could think on this occasion is that if you make an unknown child smile every day, then you are going to multiply your compassion inside you, but you are also able to give a lesson to your own children. They will learn how to bring smiles on the faces of not only the family, not only your own siblings, but to the unknown children. So start from your neighborhood. Think of those communities which are comparatively poor, which are comparatively deprived of basic things, and go there and spend some time to make them smile. That is one way of celebrating Mother's Day or any other thing actually.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. With radio? Please go ahead.
कैलाश जी, पहले तो मैं आपके पैर छूना चाहता हूँ. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time.
नहीं, मैं आपके पैर छू लूंगा. मैं और आप बराबर
The work that you have
हैं. All human beings are equal in the world.
मुझे मेरा थोड़ी सी इज्जत आपको देने दीजिए. So I represent Radio Zindagi. It's a 24/7 coast to coast radio station running from west coast to east coast. और यहाँ पे बहुत ही popular radio station है. I can speak in English, but I'd like to ask a question to you in Hindi. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay. बचपन बचाओ आंदोलन, ये जो आपका आंदोलन है जहाँ से आप चाइल्ड लेबर से लोगों को, बच्चों को बचाते हैं, तो उनके लिए किस तरीके के डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स आपने शुरू कर रखे हैं ताकि दे कैन बी पुट बैक टू द मेन स्ट्रीम और वो वापस जिंदगी की पटरी पे आ सके?
जी, बचपन बचाओ आंदोलन ने शुरू में ये महसूस कर लिया था कि केवल बच्चों को छुड़ा देने भर से काम नहीं चलेगा, हमें उनके पुनर्वास के लिए, रिहेबिलिटेशन के लिए भी कुछ करना है. तो हमने इसकी शुरुआत की सबसे पहले दिल्ली के पास मुक्ति आश्रम बना के, फिर एक बाल आश्रम बनाया, फिर बालिका आश्रम बनाया. सो वी हैव एस्टैब्लिश्ड 3 सेंटर्स फॉर द रिहेबिलिटेशन. लेकिन वो भी पूरा नहीं था, तो हमने और दूसरे गैर सरकारी संगठनों को और दूसरे संगठनों को तैयार किया कि वो भी रिहेबिलिटेशन की, पुनर्वास की कुछ जिम्मेवारी लें जो बच्चे छूट के आते हैं गुलामी से, बाल मजदूरी से. लेकिन वो भी पर्याप्त नहीं था, तो हमें सरकार से जिद्दोजहद करनी पड़ी और एक सरकारी स्कीम को बनवाने में हम लोग काफ़ी दिन तक जुटे रहे कि सरकार खुद ये पुनर्वास का जिम्मा अपने हाथ में ले. तो समाज के लोग, सरकार के लोग सब साथ साथ करें. मैं धर्मगुरुओं के पास भी हाथ जोड़ता हूँ, बार बार कहता हूँ, मंदिरों से, मस्जिदों से, गुरुद्वारों से, चर्चों से, कि भाई इतने बड़ी बड़ी जगह भगवान की आपने बना रखी हैं, ये बच्चे जो गुलामी से छूटते हैं इनको आप शिक्षा दे सकते हैं, यहाँ पर इनकी खाने पीने की व्यवस्था कर सकते हैं. तो समाज के हर वर्ग को ये जिम्मेवारी उठानी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि आखिर कोई भी बच्चे जो इन हालतों में पहुँचते हैं वो अपने आप नहीं जाते. बहुत लोग सोचते हैं कि गरीबी के कारण ये चल रहा है, भाई क्या करें, बच्चे भूखों मर जाएंगे अगर नहीं वहाँ से आज़ाद होंगे तो, अगर वहाँ काम नहीं करेंगे तो. लेकिन असलियत ये है कि दुनिया में कोई भी गरीबी बच्चों ने पैदा नहीं की, दुनिया में कोई भी युद्ध बच्चों ने नहीं लड़ा, दुनिया में कोई भी नेचुरल डिजास्टर, कोई आंधी तूफान, बारिश, बाढ़ बच्चे नहीं लेके आए. इसके लिए ज़्यादातर हम ही लोग जिम्मेवार हैं, बड़ी उम्र के लोग. बच्चे केवल उसके भुक्तभोगी हैं, उनको और ज़्यादा भुक्तभोगी न बनाया जाए, उनको बाल मजदूर और गुलामी न कराई जाए. ये सोच हमारे समाज में पैदा होनी चाहिए.
थैंक यू वेरी मच कैलाश जी. आपने जो काम किया है उसके लिए तो तारीफ के लिए मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है, बट जाने से पहले सिर्फ एक ही चीज़ बोलना चाहूँगा जो इनसे प्रेरित होकर मेरे मुंह से निकल रही है कि घर से मस्जिद है बहुत दूर, चलो यूं कर लें, किसी रोते हुए बच्चे को हंसाया जाए. थैंक यू वेरी मच कैलाश जी. ख्याल रखिए. गॉड ब्लेस यू. थैंक यू.
Thank you very much. We have one last question, and then you will get a chance for the main photo. So okay, go ahead.
It's an honor to speak to you, Mrs. Satyarthi. It's an honor to speak with you, Mr. Satyarthi. My name is Jaspreet Bhatia. I'm also a part of the Global Peace Film Festival, which we hold every year in Florida. And that's where we also raise these issues. Let's move away from the technology centers of India and urban centers and move into the countryside.